The following is a presentation of the Austin Reed Network, now streaming for free on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. This is the Reed Report with Austin Reed.
Sorry.
Hi, citizen.
My mom.
I know, I could hear you yelling. It sounded very aggressive. Any reason that you're parked in the middle of the road here? Like right in the middle.
I am actually stuck right now. My sister tried ripping the keys out of my car because she tried jumping out of it. I'll be right there. Yes, my mom's on the way. This is my mom's vehicle. I'm a registered driver on it. My sister's upset because I was late to pick her up today and we were having an argument. And she claimed that I was going ridiculously fast, so she tried to open her car door and let herself out. So I slammed going about 40 miles an hour on my brakes because I'm like, who are you to have a door try to jump out of my car? Like, regardless, ask me to get out of the car. If you want out that bad, you think I'm causing a jeopardy to your life. Now, was I a great driver?
Oh, stop yelling. Tutu looks great on you. Do we have a spare key for this thing?
No, I'll have to call my locksmith and see if he can come down and, like, can we get it in neutral and maybe off of the...
No, Mom, it won't even move and drive.
See your driver's license, please.
Status suspended.
All right, well, all right. I like your rap anthem as you're going. It's a good soundtrack for riding dirty, which is what you're doing. So I'm Deputy Slope. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. The reason I stopped you is your plates are both expired and suspended. See your driver's license, please.
Sorry, Frank. I'm trying to get to work, man. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right, man. Well, as you know, I'm Deputy Slope. I work for the... How do you know?
I watch you. I watch on YouTube, man.
You do?
Yes, sir.
Man, you got dark tinted windshield, man.
I knew you were going to call me out on that.
Oh, man, it's the law. So I like the... I knew you were going to stop me for that. Like, if you're driving around with an illegal window tint, and you watch the videos that are created by the Pinal County Sheriff's Office, knowing that I'm out here fairly aggressively enforcing Arizona motor vehicle law with the entire rest of the traffic unit. I do this for a living. You don't. I tell you how this works. I am not asking you. I am telling you. Give me your driver's license. I have such a disdain for people like him.
If you will let me speak, and then I'll let you speak, is that all right?
No.
Do you normally threaten to put people out of the car just for them asking why they got pulled over?
100% when they refuse to provide identification like you did.
Just say, my sergeant is Sergeant Erickson. He's the person that you're going to...
Well, I am super, super excited for this interview. You know, I have, over my 23 years in broadcasting, I've spoken to celebrities like Taylor Swift, Rihanna, big-time politicians, but today we have something special for everybody. Joining us via Zoom. Now, you are in Pinal County. Tell everybody, that's near the Tucson or Phoenix area, Deputy?
Nope, it's actually right in between. So Pinal County is south of Phoenix and north of Tucson. We're an island of normalcy in a sea of craziness here.
Well, you know what? You debuted Fridays with Frank. Of course, your name is Deputy Frank Slope, and you are blowing up in popularity on your guys' YouTube channel, but I've seen like Law and Crime Network. They've been picking your videos up as well. So this is so cool because it's a way, I see it as a way to bridge that gap, right? And your public information officer, Sam, did he have this idea? How did this whole thing start? Well, let's start from the beginning.
It came from Sam. It started out actually just as a community outreach, notifying people and educating them on the new hands-free or texting and driving law that had come into effect within Arizona. So it started just stopping people for texting and driving for that violation. And then they were going to make a video just on that. And then that video led to another video, and that led to another video. And it increased in popularity so much that it ended up being a weekly thing.
When you pull somebody over and when they do not argue with you, you're very big on just say you're sorry, learn from your mistake. But so when you get those people, and I know that's few and far between, and they, at the very end, I've seen so many videos where they want to take a picture with you. Like, that is rare in today's society.
It is amongst traffic officers countrywide. It's an anomaly. I live definitely an altered version of everyone else's reality. But just the way that I interact with people, and the way that the sheriff's office as a whole allows me to have that contact with people. Overwhelmingly, they react positively to it, and even people that get tickets. I give them a ticket. We take a picture, we shake hands, we leave as friends. It ends up still being a positive contact, even though they may have been issued a citation to change their behavior. We could still leave as two adults acting amicably towards each other.
My wife, I told her last night that I was getting ready to do this interview, and she was like me. She was like, "No, are you kidding me?" I said, "Well, that's just my job, honey. That's why I love my job." She was freaking out. So how has this changed your life? And when did you guys start this? Was this only like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Right about there. Yeah, right about there. And it started, probably coming up on 2 years now, if not a little bit longer. But really, besides the fact that I take a lot of pictures of people, on duty, and I have a lot more positive interactions with citizens that otherwise wouldn't come up and talk to a law enforcement officer, and I get to have those really cool non-enforcement contacts. So we get to just talk, and have cool conversations about, like, hey, I saw this video, or hey, when you interacted with this person, I thought that was really neat. My mom did a ride along, so a lot of people
bring that up. I saw that one. That was awesome. She was even telling, "All right, son, you can give them a warning, but you listen to your mom, right?"
You got to listen to mom, man. That's it. I'm 45 years old. I still listen to mom. So, but it's great. It really is. It hasn't changed things much. I'm still assigned to the traffic unit, and I'm still out writing tickets and investigating collisions and arresting people for impaired driving. It's just in the times when I'm not doing that enforcement action, I end up doing a lot of community outreach and having a lot more contacts with members of the community, not standing at a driver's side window.
I know that, and I want to get in just a bit, I want to ask you why you decided to become a sheriff's deputy. We're going to get to that in just a bit, but one thing that you are very supportive of is your sheriff, Mark Lamb. Tell me a little bit about his vision for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office.
Man, I lateraled here, so I came here from a different sheriff's office.
Okay.
And the culture of my previous agency and the culture of the Pinal County Sheriff's Office are in stark contrast with each other. And one of the biggest factors of that is Sheriff Lamb and the culture that he has developed here within the office, and how he promotes people, and the people that he's put in positions of influence within the department just continue to grow a culture of making sure, above all, that we're doing the right thing. And his motto of "fear not, do right" is really how we run things here. Actually, I was talking with the sheriff earlier today. We were talking about the optics of law enforcement. and we're not in the business of doing things for good optics. Sometimes our job is messy, and sometimes we fight, and sometimes we have to tell people, hey, if you don't do this, I'm going to take you to jail. And from the bottom to the top, this agency backs our discretion in making those decisions on the fly, in seconds or quarter seconds. And they back it as long as we are doing the right thing for the right reasons. And that's a big part of what has grown the culture within this agency to be so prolific.
So tell me your story. When was the first time, if you can remember, in your life where you're like, you know what, I want to be in service? Tell me a little bit about that. And are you from Arizona? Give us your background story.
Oh, no. I'm from the East Coast, so I'm from New York.
Oh, that's right. I remember you've said that in some videos. My bad.
Yep. So I grew up as the son of a commercial fisherman. So in growing up, we had a lot of interactions with conservation officers. I grew up hunting and fishing recreationally, and then also fishing commercially. And in New York, the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, which are the game wardens, they are responsible for all of the adherence to New York commercial fishing laws, and then also hunting and fishing. So I had a lot of contact with those officers as I was growing up, and I thought that would be the best job. I mean, not working in an office, getting to talk to like-minded people who hunt and fish, and I just thought, and commercial fishermen, which is obviously a language all of its own. So I thought that was just the absolute coolest job. So that was when I started to develop my idea that I was going to go into law enforcement. And my undergrad degree is actually to be a game warden. I went to school specifically to be a game warden. So, and then
the transition, what happened there?
So game wardens undoubtedly they have the best job. They also have the worst pay. So trying to find that balance of wanting to be of service to my community, liking the law enforcement side of things, but also, wanting to make a better than pennies on the dollar. So being a deputy sheriff was the perfect balance, where I not necessarily working every day in a city, driving around in a little beat, but still being able to interact with people, doing outdoor stuff, whether it be on the lake or ATVs or side-by-sides or hunters or fishermen. So that the deputy sheriff allows you to deal more with people in rural areas. So it ended up being the right balance for me.
So you have been a sheriff's deputy now for how many years?
22.
22 years. And did you ever envision you turning into a celebrity?
Never. Absolutely never. In the first, 19 years of my career, for the most part, I kind of was able to stay under the radar. I had a couple little appearances on little stuff, but it was kind of innocuous, and I was able just kind of to just do my job and not have anyone know my name. And then this happens, and now everyone knows my first name, which is a weird thing for law enforcement officers. Like on my vest now, it just has your last name, so everyone knows your last name, but no one knows your first name. And now everyone knows my first name, so it's definitely been a trip.
Tell me a little bit about the process for the video production. I know, at least I've seen in other videos, Sam rides along, right? You may have another videographer as well. Like, do you guys shoot this every week, or what's the process?
So Sam does everything. Sam is the one-man show.
Shout out to
Sam. That's it. Shout out to Sam. I give him 100% of the time. I give him all the credit. But he videos with use of both a vehicle-mounted GoPro and a handheld video. I wear a microphone, and so he takes the video, and then he is the one that takes it, edits it, adds music, subtitles, cuts it, finds the stops that are the most interesting, puts it all together, and then puts it out on the various platforms that the sheriff's office uses.
I mean, you're getting hundreds of thousands of views. And I mean, that's impressive. Now, I feel like, I do have to be honest here, you've got a great personality.
I appreciate that.
You know, you have a unique approach. Do you hear that a lot, though?
I do. And some of it is just being a human. You know, I have to credit the sheriff's office for allowing us to interact with people in a non-robotic fashion. You know, the sheriff's office, again, as long as we're doing the right things for the right reasons, allows us to have a personality, which I think overall in this agency, and this is not only a Frank Slope thing, this is a Pinal County thing, that the deputies that work here, we can have a personality and we can use our discretion. And I think that having that human side of talking to people like normal humans, I think it makes us more approachable as an agency. So that's not a me thing. That's something that is part of the culture that Sheriff Lamb allows to grow here. And I think the public really reacts to it well, in just their contacts with us, no matter what fashion that they may come in.
And your county is interesting in the fact that, like you said, you're sandwiched between two of Arizona's, you know, big cities. It is different in Pinal County, right?
Oh, everything is different here. You know, Pima County, which is where Tucson is, very left-leaning. Again, university town, you know, a lot more left-leaning. Maricopa County, which has Arizona State University in it. You know, city of Tempe is maybe not as conservative as some of the cities here in Pinal County. And then you have Pinal County that is, I mean, we are red. This is a red county. This is a very blue collar county. You know, the industry here is ranching, farming, cattle. So a lot of stuff where guys really put in hard work, and they still believe in that blue collar mentality. And I think that mimics the personnel of the sheriff's office very well.
So I got to tell everybody, today we are filming on Halloween. So happy Halloween. Last year, you were a pirate. Aye, Captain.
That was also Sam's idea.
Okay.
So some of the feedback from the people that don't like cops very much are that I'm a road pirate. I'm out collecting money, stealing money from the citizenry, and all of the other terms that they use. So it was Sam's idea that if they were going to make fun of and call me a road pirate, that I should embody that for Halloween. So he bought all the props, and we spent an afternoon, and we made some Halloween remarks there, and we had great feedback from that.
Are you guys doing anything special this year, or is it still under wraps?
Nope. Sam said he couldn't top that. So he said he knocked it out of the park so much last year that he couldn't top it this year.
Well, now it's on YouTube forever, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I want to talk a little bit more serious now. You know, in an age where, you know, the body cameras are everything, in an age where people, you know, social media, you know, we had COVID, we had Black Lives Matter. It's just been so much going on where police, sheriff's agencies, there has been this pushback with society. Do you feel that you guys are hopefully changing that little by little?
I definitely think. I think that the part of the sheriff being out there doing stuff like live PD and 60 days in and doing all of his social media presence on his outlook on border security and how actively we engage in people that are committing those crimes here in Pinal County, along with him backing the Fridays with Frank, montage that we have of all the different videos and all of our contacts with people, and showing the human side. I mean, Sheriff Lamb is great at talking to people, not talking at people. And he is an engaging speaker, and I try to mimic that in my own time, where even when I'm pumping gas at the gas station, or I'm having lunch and someone comes up to the table, engaging those people and showing that we're human. I think that breaks down those walls where organizations like Black Lives Matter are trying to build those walls up and create that separation, trying to almost be fear mongers and create us as monsters, where really we're not. So we are, every contact right now with every law enforcement officer everywhere, you're fighting against those social media and news and all of those outlets that are fighting against us, and we are fighting on an individual basis, trying to change people's minds and show them that we are all human, and and that this agency really focuses on our contacts and our connection to the public.
Could you see, because, there's so many YouTube channels now just dedicated to body cameras, whether it's through the Axon system, or I may be saying that wrong, but you know what I mean? But could you guys see other departments do similar things in the coming years, finding that one deputy who's the true character that would look good on camera and do something like this? Do you think that you guys could be starting a trend?
It's already started.
Really?
Absolutely. Yep. There's an agency in Florida that's doing, it's called Traffic Thursdays. But they're doing it. Other agencies are coming to Sam and saying, "Hey, how do you do this? How have you, how have you developed this?" I know Sam has done some stuff with the FBI and their social media, teaching other agencies how to develop what we've done here, because it has been so good as a community relations tool. I get mail from all over the country, from Canada, emails and messages. I have a Facebook page just for me, and people reach out all the time. I've had people from the Netherlands, from England, from Australia, that watch this show and have reached out to say how good they see it, and and the connection that we make with people that don't even live here. So that's not a me thing, but it is certainly it's a formula for success that we have created, but it's definitely going to be emulated by agencies all over.
I want to ask you, just in a nutshell, for our viewers that get stressed out when they see the lights turn on behind them, they don't know what to do, their anger goes from 0 to 10. What advice do you have for those people, even if they're in the wrong? How can the situation be better at each traffic stop?
Well, I think a mutual respect is really, that's it. It is, I think, giving respect is how you get respect. And again, that's normal human interaction. That has nothing to do with law enforcement. That just has to do with being a good human. But and everyone gets anxious when you get pulled over. That's even cops get anxious when they get pulled over off duty. But an important thing to remember is we don't hold court on the side of the road. If we have a difference of opinion as to, hey, I saw you do this, and someone says, no, you didn't, that difference is not going to happen on the side of the road as far as that conversation. If a citation gets issued, citation gets issued. That's what the court of law is for. But arguing with someone at the side of the road doesn't help anyone. So being respectful, saying just that normal back and forth. But anyone getting angry during a traffic stop, it doesn't lead to anything positive. And having control over one's emotions. I'm a student of stoicism. So it's a philosophy that lends itself very well to law enforcement, but also in my life outside of law enforcement, entering any sort of situation with a very logical basis helps, and traffic stops are no different. So being as kind and respectful as you can be should elicit that same from the law enforcement officer, and allows everyone to get along a little better. If there's a difference of opinion, acknowledging that we could have differences of opinion and still leave as friends, is that in society would make everyone, I think, have a little better day.
What is next for the YouTube channel for you? Let's talk about the future.
I don't know. I'm eligible to retire. So I can.
You're only 45.
Yeah, that's it, man. I can pull the plug at any time. I love working here, so I'm not. I'm not looking at going anywhere anytime soon. But if the right opportunity came, I'm definitely in a position to take advantage of that. But right now, man, I'm making videos with Sam and. Being a good teammate to the rest of the guys in the traffic unit, and being a good employee to the sheriff's office and a representative to law enforcement is kind of my full-time gig right now. So if I didn't do anything else, I'd be happy. And if something great comes along and I can do that, I could be happy at that too. So I've got a lot of flexibility. I'm pretty fortunate in my current position.
Deputy Frank Slope, Fridays with Frank, now on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the Pinal County Sheriff's Office, we've got the link here. We'll send it to all of our viewers. But it's PINAL, Pinal County Sheriff's Office. Again, Deputy Slope, thank you so much for your time. Happy Halloween 2023, and hopefully we'll talk again at some point in life, okay? Just, if you pull me over, I'll be nice to you. I promise you that.
I'll be nice to you too, I promise. Hey, thank you so much for taking some time for me, man. I appreciate it.
Check in with the Austin Reed Network on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter.
Today's episode of the Reed Report is brought to you by White Tiger Martial Arts in Fowler. Mention Austin Reed and get 50% off your first month. That's White Tiger Martial Arts in Fowler. Here's their number. Give them a call and save today.
I'm Russ Baininger, President of CF Vest Worldwide.
And I'm Joshua Bowder, Vice President of CF Vest Worldwide.
The mission of CF Vest Worldwide is to provide therapy vests to those with cystic fibrosis who live outside the U.S. In the U.S., generally any CF patient can get this vest through insurance, public or private. But outside the U.S., in the developing countries where we normally serve, these vests are just out of reach.
Since the inception of CF Vest Worldwide, we've delivered over 160 vests to over 42 different countries. We have a list of over 100 people who are waiting to get a vest in their country. With your tax-deductible donation, you can help us be able to afford to be able to send these vests there. So please visit cfvww.org and make your tax-deductible donation there.
The Austin Reed Network, now streaming for free on Roku and Amazon Fire TV.